here's what I'm noticing about the enemy. As I'm taking this drive and I'm just thinking about the collective and how amazing you guys are doing, even though you might not feel like it at the moment, the collective energy is saying that there is a new beginning on the horizon, one that is stronger, one that is more lighthearted, a new beginning that encompasses all that you are to this point. What I'm noticing about the enemy is this, is that the enemy truly believes and thinks and exists in lack, period. The enemy truly exists, thinks, believes in a lack mindset. They have a lack heart. They want everyone else to lack. They don't know what it's like to have something, to make way for abundance. The enemy is a lackluster fool that attempts to get the collective, okay, ride on the bike on the highway, that tries to get the collective to believe that they must also live and exist in lack because maybe your blessings aren't right in front of your face at that moment. And when the enemy wants you to believe and exist in lack, that is dangerous. And I feel like every day the collective is fighting that lack mindset. It is difficult, I understand, when you are working towards your goal, it's not coming fast enough, you're not making enough money, the people that you want out of your life are taking too long, the people that you're trying to draw in, you can't find. I get all of that. But what I do know for a fact is that the collective fights against the lack mindset and the lack living and the lack believing every single day. The enemy does not. The enemy operates in lack. And the only thing that the enemy believes that it has in abundance is the collective. But jokes on the enemy. You ain't got none of the collective. You could never. Why? Because the collective consistently makes space for God's abundance. The collective consistently makes space for themselves to thrive. Okay, so I don't care. Okay, y'all, I'm going through a national forest, so the connection might be a bit iffy, but I wanted to get this message out before things start to go a little sour with the connection. The enemy wants you to believe in lack. So here's what I'm saying. Here's your strategy, okay? If the enemy wants you to believe in lack, if the enemy wants you to believe that you are undeserving of what you are working towards, what God has for you, that enemy can show up in any situation, any form, okay? This can be your family. This can be friends you know for a long time. This can be co-workers. This can be people that you just met. Hell, it could be your dog, okay? If they are operating from a space of, you might be asking too much, God doesn't see it that way, I have a message from God, and God told me to tell you that what you want is not a good thing, or is not going to bring you blessings. Anybody that believes and acts in lack is an agent for the enemy. Do not allow your mindset to get warped because other people don't believe that you can do it. Do not, you know what, Kanye West with his own off the wall self, he said, he said, and can't tell me nothing. Let the champagne splash, let that man get cash, let that man get pass. He don't even stop to get gas. If he can go off the rumors, he can go off of fumes, cuz that's what he said. I had to replay it. How does he move in a room full of no's? How does he move in a room full of no's? The enemy wants to understand how you can comfortably move in a room full of people that have a lack mindset. It's because you're not worried about the lack. It's because you are comfortable with making space for abundance. Then Kanye, with all his wildness, says, how does he stay faithful in a room full of hoes? And I'm telling you, how do you stay faithful in a room full of demons? How, in a room full of devils, in a room of enemies that truly want you to believe that you don't deserve what you have because you are rooted in God. What you mean? It could be a million sharks up in here. At the end of the day, if I'm rooted in God, the only blood they gonna smell is they own when I put this spear through them. So let me tell you again, collective, I'm noticing that the enemy lives, believes, breathes, and thrives in lack. And if you have anyone around you that does the same, they are an enemy to your divine purpose, period. Okay? This is highly important. I won't be long, but I will be strong because I'm going through a forest. I don't know if a national forest, excuse me. I don't know if the connection is going to stay the entire time, but I needed to get that off my chest because I'm noticing that the enemy is becoming more confrontational with the collective when it comes to mindset. And the enemy believes just because they can block your blessings for a little bit, just because they can put a little bit of distraction in front of your face, that means that you have stopped your mission. No, you will never stop the mission of God. You will never stop living your divine purpose, collective. So that's my message. All right, I can't be long, but I will be strong. I want you to tap in, and I want you to remember that the enemy thrives in lack. Look at the body of work. Look at the people that are around you, okay? Look at the people who want to wear your skin, okay? Because the enemy believes that you are mimicking them. No. The enemy believes that you are the one that wants to be like the enemy. They believe that. And that's because they cannot fathom that you are a beautiful soul. They can't fathom that you have a mind of your own. They can't fathom that you are able to stand 10 toes down in your God-given talents, in your mindset. No, they believe in lack 24/7, and you do not. Okay? So if they trying to figure out how you can move through a room full of no's and how you can stay faithful in a room full of hoes, I need this card to get out of my way. What we gonna do is we gonna flip that. How can you move through a room full of people who do not understand how you gain your abundance, how you live your life, even when everything's not going your way? How do you do that? Because you're rooted in God. You're in your purpose. How do you stay faithful in a room full of freaking demons? Because you're rooted in God. It's not hard. And your room full of demons can look like your addictions. It can look like spending money you're not supposed to. It can look like not taking care of yourself. It can look like you not making your doctor's appointments. Like anything that will provide a space of lack is the enemy. Okay? That is point blank, period. So to all of you who might be feeling like, Mr. Truck, you stay over there. For all of you who might be feeling like you're in a space of, I'm not really sure what's happening, but I'm teetering on the line of whether or not I'm doing the right thing, or why do I feel like I'm in a space of lack? It's because the enemy is somewhere in your vicinity. Oh, tap in. I like that. It's because the enemy is somewhere in your vicinity. That's what it is. So just remember, a lack mindset, a life of living in lack, which means they don't care to go beyond where they are. They don't care to put the work in. They don't care to deal with their emotions. They don't care to love themselves. But what they do care about is coming at you sideways. What they do care about is the fact that you are doing more than them. What they do care about is that you look better than them, that you feel better than them, that you smell better than them, because we know demons smell like foul shit. Tap in. So I want us to remember, as we navigate our lives, as we are navigating, getting through spiritual warfare, no matter what level it is, we can always place someone, even if they in the cut, we can always place them by the way that they see the world. Kanye West and all his mess and Can't Tell Me Nothing, he still said life is dependent how you dress her. So life is dependent upon how you dress it up. So if you are in the midst of spiritual warfare and things are going extremely difficult and you don't know when the next meal is coming, you don't know when you're about to be spiritually fed next, you don't know where anything is going, everybody just acting wild and insane around you, remember that you have a choice to frame it so that it doesn't come from a mindset of lack. But the people and the energy around you that says, oh my God, this is the worst thing ever, you're never going to recover from this is going to keep you down bad, it's all right, just stay where you are, you ain't got to move, you ain't got to do this, you ain't got to do that. No, or somebody that loves you is going to say, yes, you're in a terrible place right now. Finally, yes, you're in a terrible place right now. No, it doesn't feel good, but this is how I'm going to be there for you as you move through it. That's not coming from a place of lack. So just be very vigilant. Be vigilant about how people come into your space. Because when they are operating in lack, that becomes dangerous to you. And it rubs off. It rubs off. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. I'm going to continue to focus on the road. I just wanted to tap in with you really quick. Don't forget, June 1st is my free webinar, Winning Through Spiritual Warfare. I will put the link as soon as I have a chance to sit down and be somewhere safe in the description box below. Otherwise, go to my community tab and click on the link. It's going to take you right there. It's going to be powerful. It is free. It is for you. I cannot talk about spiritual warfare the way that I want to on this platform because, girl, the insights are just inciting, okay? Yes, thank you, Pink. I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys for allowing me to still tap in with you as I am making one of the biggest transitions of this part of my life. I'm really excited. I just can't wait to get from around these terrible drivers. Otherwise, y'all, I love you. I will talk to you later. June 1st, Winning Through Spiritual Warfare webinar, free. Go to my community tab. Just give me a moment to put the link in the description box below. I love you guys. Remember, you are in abundance always, even when it doesn't feel like it. And stay away from people who believe, live, and think in lack. Bye.